Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the WD Broadcasting Network. Tonight, we are returning with the Trackmaster Sim Series for the opening race of their 4th season of competition. This time around, we are going to be at the Southern National Motorsports Park for 6 action-packed races. We'll have a look at that schedule here. What we've got coming up tonight, we kick things off with a 100-lap race. No extra set of tires in the pits. And then you can see throughout the season we've got some varying lap numbers there, and some tires, some tires you don't get, or some races you don't get tires. But that will make it an exciting season here as we prepare 4 heat races for tonight's Southern National 100. These guys are all on open setups, so they do have opportunity to play around with the handling of the car, make it drive to their liking. Let's see what the results look like from qualifying here. Aiden Millette, top of the board, in at the 09, a 13.996. Brandon Elvis was P2 with a just 15 100ths off, or sorry, 15 1,000ths off. A very close field. Only 0.2 of a second all the way back to 12th place Landon Farmer. But 19 cars took time. We did lose a couple from the practice session. But it's time to go here in heat race number 1. On the pole is going to be your fast qualifier, Aiden Millette. Is outside, it will be the number 9 of Jace Hale. In row number 2 on the inside, it will be the 24 of Kyle Adams. To his outside, the number 118 of Jake Sylvia. In the 3rd row on the inside, Peyton Craig in the 78 will start next to Caleb Thompson in the 04. Starting 7th in Heat 1 is Clayton Edwards in the 11 machine. To his outside, Dominic Frappier in the 47. Starting 9th on the inside of row number 5 is Robert Taylor in the 25. And rounding out your top 10 starters, it's going to be Dylan Hartman in the 75. Brandon Atkinson in the 15, going to roll off from the 11th spot. And he'll have Dave Stinson to his outside in the 6th starting spot. That will round out your starting grid. These drivers are going to have 1 lap to warm up their tires here, try to get everything settled before we send things green in heat race number 1. We head down the back straightaway. Lights are off on the pace car. We're going to go green this time by. It is in the hands of Aiden Millette. Is outside Jace Hale. We'll bring him through the start zone. The green flag is out. We are racing for the first time this season in the Trackmaster Sim Series. Down into turns 1 and 2. Aiden Millette going to take the early lead. Jace Hale going to have to battle with Kyle Adams for the 2nd spot. Millette going to lead lap number 1. They battle for P2 back behind. Millette's lead about 5 car lengths already down the back straightaway. And across the stripe that time, you can see when these cars are side by side here at Southern National, that lead car is able to pull away very early. Hale and Adams still side by side for the 2nd spot. The 9 machine making that outside lane work. Granted, you can get away with it here in the heat races, but you're going to have to watch how much you're on the outside lane in the feature races. or in the feature race tonight, I should say. It will eat up the tires a little bit, but Hale doing a good job keeping position on the outside lane. If he comes across that time, he will be the leader. Or sorry, second spot, I should say there. In the third spot, Kyle Adams ends up sliding behind Jace Hale. He's got Peyton Craig and Clayton Edwards back behind him. That's your top 5. Here comes Adams to the inside one more time. Thought about diving it in there out of 4, and that's going to do it for heat race number 1. Aiden Millette, your winner. Jace Hale second. Kyle Adams third. Peyton Craig fourth. Clayton Edwards fifth. Caleb Thompson, Brandon Atkinson, Dylan Hartman, and Dominic Frepp here round out your top 10. So now it'll be time for heat race number 2. Just short 8-lap heat races here at Southern National, which go by very quickly, especially when they're all green flag laps. We'll look at our starters here in heat race number 2. Brandon Elvis on the pole in the number 54 machine. He'll have Chris Shepard to his outside in the number 19. Owen Wilson going to start from the 3rd spot in the number 20. Then Zach Murphy in the 29 going to roll off from the 4th spot. Thomas Dean in the 071 starts 5th. Then Landon Farmer, 026, going to start from the 6th spot. Justin Coleman in the 14 going to start 7th. He'll have Frank Barbary in the 8 machine, or sorry, in the 26 machine starting 8th days outside. Mike Fudge in the 02 going to start 9th. And then that will round out your field. Kyle Terzak, John Lyday, part of the admin crew here tonight. They will watch them through the restart zone. The green is out. We're underway for 8 laps in heat race number 2. Brandon Elvis takes the lead down the back straightaway. Chris Shepard going to fall in line for 2nd. The battle is for 3rd as Murphy and Wilson make a little bit of contact. Murphy going to be 3 wide into turns 1 and 2. There's more contact there, but I think everybody is going to be able to continue on. Murphy got shuffled down a line, went from 4th all the way back to the 8th spot here. 2 laps in to heat race number 2. Landon Farmer to the inside of Thomas Dean. There was contact into 1 that time. Farmer kind of having some connection trouble. He dropped out there. There he is back. And there's contact into 1. Sends Farmer for a slide. We've got 5 to go. Heat race number 2. A little bit more action-packed than heat number 1. Everybody was rather tame first go around, but with 4 laps to go, Zach Murphy trying to work his way back forward. We come back to 3 laps to go at the line. Murphy does take that spot from Frank Barbary, but Barbary going to drive into 3, into the left rear, 2 to go. I think Murphy's going to save it. Up front, Brandon Elvis going to come back to the white flag. Justin Coleman going to be able to get the 14 around Owen Wilson for the 3rd spot. But down the back straightaway, Brandon Elvis in the 54 machine, the winningest driver in Trackmaster Sim Series history, going to win heat number 2. These drivers will have a short warm-up session while we figure out what the invert is going to be. look at the results from qualifying one more time. Try to get a better glance at the field. Like I said, very close lap times here all throughout your field. How about this? Let's go ahead and put the duck race for you guys up on screen. This is how Trackmaster Sim Series does the inverts. But let's show you guys here while they do the inverts. The ducks line up on stream, or on the screen. There's a number on each duck. We're all in Discord. They're all talking behind the broadcast. I can't hear them. You guys can't hear them. But when they click the start button, that's how we see the invert here in the Trackmaster Sim Series. I think we are ready to go. It's time. I believe there is 10 ducks. And what will the invert be? Looks like it's going to be an 8. The invert turns out to be an 8. We will line them up and reset them. We'll have to look at the official starting grid. We're just about ready to finish up the warm-up. I actually do believe it did just finish up. So it is time to go racing here for the first time this season in feature format. You've got 100 laps, no sets of tires in the pits. And the invert will be an 8. So we'll look at our top 8, which puts Owen Wilson on the pole in the number 20 machine. He'll have Peyton Craig to his outside. Justin Coleman going to roll off from the 3rd spot. Next to Kyle Adams, who's going to start 4th. Chris Shepard in the 19 machine going to roll off from the 5th spot. Next to Jace Hale, the number 9, who's going to start 6th. Brandon Elvis going to start from the 2nd spot, or sorry, 7th spot here tonight, the 54. And then fast qualifier and winner of heat race number 1, Aiden Millette. Going to start from the 8th spot here tonight. That's the invert going into this 100 lapper. So then the rest of the field on back, the lineup should be correct. Clayton Edwards in the 11 machine going to roll off from the 9th spot with Thomas Dean in the 071 rounding out your top 10 starters. Caleb Thompson in the 04 going to start 11th next to his buddy Zach Murphy in the 29. Back behind them, Brandon Atkinson in the 15, going to roll off from the 13th spot here tonight. Then Frank Barbary in the 26 will start 14th. Inside of row number 8, it's going to be Dylan Hartman in the 75. His right side door, it's going to be Mike Fudge in the 02. 17th spot starting on the inside of row number 9. Going to be Dominic Frappier in the 47. Is outside Landon Farmer in the 026, and then rounding out our field going to be Jake Sylvia in the 118 and Robert Taylor in the 25. Looks like we've got 19 cars on the track. We are just about ready to send them green for 100 laps of action. We await the green flag. Look at the schedule one more time. Wrong schedule there. That's the Leave the Pack Super Series for Tuesday nights. How about the Trackmaster Sim Series here on Thursday nights? The laps differentiate throughout the season. You got 125 laps next week, 171 laps in week number 3. But a short season here. Really looking forward to that 150 lap race with no extra set of tires. That's going to be a very intense race. Going to be a battle of who can save the tires the longest. You see the field reassemble here. Driver that drew the best spot on the grid, Owen Wilson. Going to start on the pole. One to go signal given to these drivers. And it is just about time to go. The one to go signal going to be given to these drivers, I should say. Not quite ready to go. Race control taking a final look at the lineup. Going to make sure everybody's all good where they need to be. Owen Wilson, Peyton Craig, row 1. Justin Coleman, Kyle Adams, row number 2. Chris Shepard, Jace Hale, row number 3. Let's see what they have as a pace car makes the hard left turn down on the pit road in the hands of Owen Wilson and Peyton Craig. Through the restart zone they go. And the green flag is out. We are underway for the first time this season in the Trackmaster Sim Series. Down the back straightaway they go for the first time, and it looks like we have a caution flag immediately down into turns 1 and 2. Did not see. Looks like Kyle Adams in the 24 machine, who started in row number 2. Let's watch what happened on the start. He had Justin Coleman to his inside. He's got damage when he pulled away there. Let's watch. Oh, and I think the 14 of Coleman just maybe got in a little bit too hot or got into the back bumper of your race leader going down into the corner. Then Adams overcorrected into the outside wall. There was really nothing he could have done. A very hard save to make, especially early in the race. Let's watch from the drone camera here to try and get a better perspective of how it happened. Let's watch down into turns 1 and 2. You see the 14 machine go down in there a little bit hot, kind of gets into the back bumper of the 20 and then barely tags the left rear of Adams, and you can see the contact there. A lot of damage on the left side of that race car. And not the way that he wanted to start his season. Tough break for the car with number 16 representing Greg Biffle. We recently just lost in the racing world. Pace car pulls back off. We're ready to try it again here as the green flag comes back out 6 laps in. And there's more stack-ups down into 1 and 2. And that's going to bring the caution right back out. There was trouble right after the line. I didn't quite see where it began. But let me try figure out what exactly happened on that restart. I think Caleb Thompson was one of the first drivers I saw really make contact. And then it looked like Frank Barbary got into his back bumper. Watch on board with the 26 here. Yeah, you could see the 04 checked up, and then there was not much the 26 had left to do, and he got hit from behind as well. So 2 quick cautions here to start things off at Southern National. Your race leader is Peyton Craig. Wilson did not get going as well on that start. The field gonna come back this time, I do believe, to the 1-to-go signal. They've got to get a couple things sorted out with the lineup. There's some cars in front of the pace car, behind the pace car. Got to get all those things sorted out before they go green, but you see the lights drop off, which means we're going to send them green this time by. As the pace car makes its way through turns 3 and 4, and peels back down the pit road, Peyton Craig fires in the restart zone, and we are back underway with 88 laps to go. Aiden Millette in the number 9 machine, your fast qualifier, already up into the 5th spot, gets around pole sitter Owen Wilson, and the caution flag back out immediately. Dominic Frapp here in the 47. You can see him as the 05 on screen right there. Let's see what happened here. We tried to send them back green. Looked like down into 3 and 4. I think Robert Taylor just got in a little bit too hot. Tag the back bumper of Frapp here. Watch. Missed it there. Let's watch on board with Robert Taylor in the 25. He's down into the corner. You can see just got in a little bit too hot. Made contact and around went the 47. The green back out once again. Look at our entire field on the left side. 3rd caution flag so far. We are ready to send them back green this time. 15 laps in, 16. They come back around. And the restart. We are back underway. 16 laps in here at Southern National. Your top 2 down into turns 1 and 2. Peyton Craig, Justin Coleman. Into turns 3 and 4. I think everybody able to make their way through. Justin Coleman and Peyton Craig battle for the top spot. It looks like the 14 machine may have an advantage on the outside lane. Coleman in the 14 on the outside, pushed a little bit wide that time out of 2. That's going to allow Peyton Craig to get back to the bottom, and I think Peyton Craig is going to take the lead out of turn number 4. Meanwhile, Brandon Elvis back behind in the 54 machine, using that outside lane as well to get around Chris Shepard, and he's up to the 3rd spot. He and Aiden Millette were your heat race winners here tonight, and there they are in the 3rd and 5th spots. And here comes a dive to the inside from Aiden Millette. Trying to take fourth from Chris Shepard. Couple cars up on the outside wall that time. Out of 2. Now Brandon Elvis looking to the inside of Justin Coleman. Coleman on the outside in the 14, trying to get back down in front of Brandon Elvis. As, oh, Chris Shepard got tagged through turns 3 and 4 that time, and I think the caution flag may have flown for something else, but Shepard did get sideways pretty good out of 4. Watch it one more time. I think it was Owen Wilson in the 20 machine. I think he drove it up into the outside wall and stopped after the contact with, I believe that was Landon Farmer. Watch it one more time here. Let's see, Farmer in behind him, I should say, and drove that car straight up into the outside wall. And that'll do it for the 20 machines night. Peyton Craig, your race leader. Justin Coleman was able to hang on to the 2nd spot. Brandon Elvis 3rd, Aiden Millette 4th. Jace Hale running in the 5th spot. We get ready to send them back green here. 26 laps in. We've had 4 caution flags so far. We get through the restart zone. Green flag back out. We are underway into turns 1 and 2. Ooh, a couple cars tried to get down in line. They're going to be stacking up out of turn number 2, but I think everybody is able to get through. Aiden Millette drives up into the 3rd spot. Meanwhile, battle for 2nd right behind your race leader. Brandon Elvis to the inside of Justin Coleman. Elvis down low, Coleman up top. These two were battling last green flag run before the caution came out. As now Coleman backs off a little bit. Going to have to defend from Aiden Millette in the 9 machine. Coleman up top in the 14. Millette down low. Sometimes the top lane is a little bit better, but it depends on when in the run. Usually it does fade away after a couple laps. You can see right there, Coleman going to get back in behind Aiden Millette and settle into the 4th spot. Dominic Frappier in the 05 underneath the 04 with Caleb Thompson. Going to be 35 laps in this time around. 65 laps to go. Peyton Craig is still your race leader. He's got Brandon Elvis back behind him in the 2nd spot. And Aiden Millette runs in 3rd. Oh, back behind trouble out of turn number 2. Dylan Hartman and Landon Farmer go for a slide down the backstretch. Brings out our 5th caution flag of the evening. See what happened there. Oh, it looked like the 17 of Dylan Hartman got up into the outside wall and came off the wall. Got into Landon Farmer. See what the 26 machine saw. You see him to the inside, drives down. Yeah, definitely. Hartman definitely hit the wall first. You can see that from both visuals there. So back under yellow, once again, about 10 laps shy of the halfway mark here. Field not quite ready to go back green, but Peyton Craig is your leader. Elvis second, Millette third. Your top 2 qualifiers and heat race winners, Brandon Elvis, Aiden Millette, have charged their way up quickly to these front couple spots. We'll see if they can challenge Peyton Craig for the lead. Pace car drops back down to pit road. Green flag is back out. We are back underway. Good launch for both of your front 2 down into turns 1 and 2. Brandon Elvis on that outside lane has the advantage down the backstretch. What can he do out of 4? New leader across the line that time. Give it to Brandon Elvis on lap number 44. They head down the back straightaway. Elvis trying to take the lead away, but Peyton Craig is still right there on the bottom. Meanwhile, they're battling for 3rd as well. Aiden Millette and Justin Coleman. The outside lane definitely looks a little bit better on the restarts, but you can tell after a few laps that the inside starts to come back as the caution flag flies. Once again, back under yellow. Caleb Thompson in the 04 machine has some trouble out of turn number 2. See what happened. He's battling with Landon Farmer and Robert Taylor. I think was underneath Robert Taylor there and might have clipped the apron. The car stepped out from underneath of him at that point. Let's see one more time on board with the 04. Yeah, definitely got a tire onto the flat. It's very easy to do that here at Southern National. You hit that apron, you'll either shoot up the track, or if you're in the throttle, maybe even spin the car out like we just saw there. So 48 laps in this time. 49 rather, this time. It'll be halfway when we come back to the green. Brandon Elvis got the race lead that time. He's going to take the outside lane on this restart. Now through turns 3 and 4 they go. Brandon Elvis fires in the restart zone, and we're back underway. Halfway in, halfway home, here at the Southern National Motorsports Park. Elvis leads down the back, and we've got a wreck in turn number 3. Dominic Frappier and Frank Barbary go for a spin in right on the entrance of 3. I did not quite see what happened, but let's watch it here. Looks like Robert Taylor maybe got into the back bumper. Barbary, maybe? I'm not sure which one it was. Yeah, it looked like Taylor got in the back of Barbary, and that caused the 05 to spin up into the wall. 26 also collected there in turns 3 and 4. The 7th caution flag of the night. We've had many short runs so far. Brandon Elvis has been able to get up to the lead, trying to add another victory to his Trackmaster Sim Series resume. He has 5 to his name. I checked before this race. We get ready to send them back green here. Pace car drops to the inside. And once again, they roll through the restart zone. We're back underway. Brandon Elvis started on the outside lane, but Peyton Craig on the inside got a big jump, or a good jump, I should say. They are dead even through turns 3 and 4 that time across the stripe. Give it to Peyton Craig by a couple of inches. Now we are into the crunch time point of the race. We're past halfway. 43 laps to go when they get back across the line. We've got contact for the top spot. Elvis on the outside lane in the 54. Ooh, more contact with Millette there in the 9 machine down the straightaway. And oh man, the 9 up into the outside of the 50, or inside of the 54. Millette makes a big lunge to the inside. Underneath Peyton Craig. 54 of Elvis. Gonna look 3 wide into turn number 1. Big send underneath the number 9 of Aiden Millette. Here comes Brandon Elvis trying to take the top spot back. Millette gonna try to cross over once again down into turn number 1. Elvis gonna give a lane. Millette down on the bottom. Drag race. Your top 2 have broken away out front. Now Brandon Elvis holds the lead on the top. Aiden Millette challenges down on the bottom. We've got a caution flag out. Caleb Thompson around on the exit of turn number 4. I think Dylan Hartman. Sorry, not Dylan Hartman. That was Thomas Dean in the 71. May have had trouble there. Well, I think that happened earlier. Let's see what happened to Thompson. Tagged by the 26 of Barbary. Around goes Thompson on the exit of 4. But man, are things getting intense here at the front. Brandon Elvis and Aiden Millette were trading some paint for that top spot. Elvis is going to hold the position for now. We'll see what happens here on this restart. Under caution for the 8th time. I believe we're getting the one to go here. Looks like we're getting it next time around. Inside of 35 laps to go. And And the laps are definitely running out. You're outside of the top 5, wanting to work your way up. It looks like Brandon Elvis and Aiden Millett have some of the faster cars in the field. Probably the 2 fastest cars in the field. Peyton Craig in the 78 machine, who's led quite a few laps in this one. Definitely still has some speed in row number 2. Let's see what happens on the restart here. He's down into 1 and 2. Brandon Elvis gonna pull ahead down the back straightaway. Millett gonna try to hang tight on the outside. The 54 of Elvis runs out just a little bit. He's gonna be clear for the top spot. Move the 54 of Elvis to the front. Aiden Millett and Peyton Craig gonna battle for second behind him. Move Craig up to second. Now Aiden Millett under fire from Jace Hale. Looks like Millett gonna be able to get back down into third with 31 laps to go. To go across the line that time. Jace Hale gets by Justin Coleman. That's for the 4th spot. Coleman now under fire from Clayton Edwards. 14 machine has started to fall off a little bit from where we saw him in the beginning. May have burnt up the stuff on that 14 machine. He tried to get back down in front of Jake Silver right there. Was not able to. 118 machine kept Defender in there. Your top 3, we'll look at the lap times this time around. Who was the fastest on that lap? Aiden Millett in the 09. Elvis in the 54 machine still has some speed. Coming back to 25 laps to go. What can they do? Peyton Craig and Aiden Millett behind your race leader. Brandon Elvis trying to track him down. Millett trying to get around the 78 machine to get back to Brandon Elvis. Millett all over the back bumper of Peyton Craig. Into turn number 1 that time. He dives to the bottom. I think Craig saw the run that Aiden Millett had. Didn't want to let Brandon Elvis get too far out. At the line that time, it is 22 laps to go. Is there enough time for Aiden Millett to track down your race leader, Brandon Elvis? Jace Hale right there knocking on the door for 3rd. Looks like he still has something left here late in the race. Brandon Atkinson in the 15. Fellow we haven't talked about much tonight. Up inside of the top 10. Battling with Zach Murphy for the 8th spot. Of Silva to the inside of Clayton Edwards. Move him up to 5th with 18 laps to go. We check in on the battle for the lead. The lap times going kind of back and forth. Neither driver really gaining a clear advantage on the other. Times have been very similar between the two, but Millett is running out of time. We come back to 16 laps to go. Brandon Elvis's lead is about 0.4 of a second, but that time Millett closed. Now under 0.4 of a second. The 54 machine definitely is starting to feel a little bit of pressure from the 09 of Aiden Millett. That time by Millett was slightly quicker. Just barely, as you see the lap time there. Like I said, the lap times going back and forth. Neither driver really gaining a clear advantage. But with 12 laps to go, only 0.4 of a second, Brandon Elvis is going to have to do everything to hold off Aiden Millett here. Chase Hale gets around Peyton Craig for the 3rd spot. Don't count him out yet. Only 0.9 of a second back. Laps to go, that time at the line for Brandon Elvis. He's starting to open the gap back up a little bit. Now 0.5 second, they come back across the stripe. Lap traffic up in front of your leaders could play a little bit of a role in this one. Let's see what happens. As Elvis gets around Robert Taylor in the 25. Ooh, they checked up right in front of him there. That's going to allow Aiden Millett to close the gap. Millett right there on the back bumper. He's got a couple lap cars behind him, though. And now, all of the comfort that Elvis had in his lead is gone. 7 laps remain, and Millett is right there on the back bumper. 6 laps to go. Can Brandon Elvis reopen up the gap? Or can Aiden Millett capitalize off of that unfortunate event, off of 2 for Elvis? Another lap car down into turns 1 and 2, going to alter Elvis's line a little bit. Millett in the 9 machine actually makes contact with the lap car. Barbary in the 26. That's going to lose some ground for the 09. 4 laps to go for Brandon Elvis in the gap. Back to 0.6 of a second. Out of turn number 4, 3 laps to go. Jace Hale now all over the back bumper of Aiden Millett, trying to take the 2nd spot away here late. And oh, there's contact there. Jace Hale in the number 9 machine goes around on the bottom. And we are not done here yet. They were coming back to 2 laps to go. And the caution flag flies. We're going to re-rack them, re-stack them for a green-white checkered finish here at Southern National. Brandon Elvis in the 54. Had a 0.5 second advantage at the line that time. They were coming back. Caution flag flew about half a lap shy of the white flag, which would have sealed the deal. But now Elvis going to have to execute another restart. And it's late in this race. They're going to be aggressive. Remember the contact between Elvis and Millett earlier. It's going to be a big start down into 1. Field gets the 2-go signal that time. Race control wanting to make sure the lineup is all set before we send them back for what could be the final restart in the season opener. Field assembling behind the iRacing.com pace car. I think we're going to send them green next time by. See the lights still on. We are not quite ready to go back. But I think this time by we will see the green flag and then checkered, white and then checkered. A short 2-lap run to the finish. And Brandon Elvis hang on and seal the deal here. Pick up the first victory of the season. Into turns 3 and 4, pace car is off. 9 machine went a little bit early on the exit of 4 there. We'll see what race control has to say about that. We are back racing for what could be the final time down the back straightaway. Couple cars spinning out behind. That's Caleb Thompson, I believe, but the white flag is out. Final time around here at Southern National. Down into 1 and 2. Aiden Millette up on the top side, trying to keep the momentum up. The 54 of Elvis makes a little bit of contact, and at the line, it's going to be Brandon Elvis winning the season opener for the Trackmaster Sim Series. Aiden Millette second, and Jake Sylvia up to third from the 19th spot. What a run from that guy in the 118. Good run there at the end, but Brandon Elvis picks up the victory. Millette gave him a run for his money. And Brandon Elvis burning it down in turns 1 and 2. Try and grab a word from our top 3 finishers. Alrighty. See if we can't grab Jake Sylvia up in the booth. Alrighty, up into the broadcast booth. Jake Sylvia here tonight. 3rd place finish, started 19th on the grid. Good run. Tell me about your race.
Yeah, it was pretty solid. I loaded up the wrong setup in the heat and went from like 4th to dead last. So we started in the trunk, but it wasn't too bad. I mean, I burned the rear off of it, so I've been off the sim for a little bit, but I'm all right with it.
Yeah, definitely not a bad run coming from back in the field. Obviously, you said you made the mistake there in the heat race, but recovered from it nicely. Were able to pick yourself up a podium here in race number 1 of the season. Who do you have to thank for top 3 run in race number 1?
Yeah, everybody else, came in here and put all this whole show on. Mr. Productions, RCAM Setup Shop. Yeah, hopefully this isn't a P3. Hopefully it's a P2. I'm pretty sure the 9's going to at least should get dropped for the jump start. So 19th to 2nd, I'll take it.
Yeah, definitely a great run to start off the season. We wish you luck in future races, but congratulations to you, Jake, on your 2nd place, or sorry, 3rd, maybe 2nd place run to be determined.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, now we'll talk to our unofficial 2nd place finisher. See if we can't grab Aiden Millette up into the broadcast booth. Up in the booth, Aiden Millette, 2nd place finisher here tonight. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, well, P2 here this evening, just shy of the victory. Looked like you may have had a shot at it down into turns 3 and 4. There was a little bit of contact, which kind of killed your runoff 4, but still a good P2 finish to start off the season.
Yes, sir. Qualified on the pole, won the heat by half a straightaway. We were really good. Unfortunately, the invert didn't really play in my favor, and we had to go really hard because of the yellows, trying to get track position. And then going there I knew he was gonna give it to me a little bit in the 3. I expected it for the win, so I'll take a P2. Congratulations to him, and hopefully we'll be back the next race and get us a win.
Yeah, it was definitely still a good run. You two battled throughout the race, and like you said, the invert didn't necessarily play in your favor. It was kind of a race back to the front between you and Brandon. You guys were both very even all night long, but a great run nonetheless for the 09 machine here tonight. Who do you got to thank for P2 night number 1?
Oh, I got to thank Justin Brooks Designs, 47 Speed Shop, Riley over there built me a really good setup tonight. It's a little snug, but yeah, just can't thank them enough for making this possible.
Alrighty, well, P2 here tonight. How are you feeling about your chances going into week 2?
Oh, I feel really good. I know now to free our carp a little bit for the race, and I think we'll be unstoppable.
Alrighty, well, congratulations to you, Aiden, on your second place finish here tonight, and hopefully we can talk to you more throughout the season.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, now to talk to our winner here tonight. I'll get the results up on screen for you guys as well. Winner of the season opener for the Trackmaster Sim Series, the winningest driver. Going to add to that tally here tonight, Brandon Elvis. We'll see if we can get him up in the booth. Brandon Elvis up in the broadcast booth. Got a copy?
Hey, Winston.
Alrighty, well, that was an exciting one here tonight. The invert didn't necessarily play into your favor. Me and you have frequent conversations on inverts. We know how you feel about the inverts, but hey, you didn't let it deter you here tonight. Got to the front and held them off.
Yeah, man, kind of got lucky right there with the invert. I mean, we started 7th, but you know, with the early cautions and the way things were kind of playing out, we get one out each caution, so it kind of put us up around 4th and was able to kind of make some moves from there. Kind of had to make some out of character moves, but kind of just racing how I got raced, you know. Those guys I think we have a good understanding for each other now about how we're going to race each other going forward, so that's always good. But yeah, I did not want to see that last caution, to be honest with you. The car wasn't really good at all tonight. Just right place, right time.
Yeah, I know that there had to be a big sigh of disappointment when that caution flag came out. You were probably 3/4 of a lap shy of getting the white flag, sealing the deal. What was your initial just reaction as soon as that came out? What were you thinking? Was it race over, or was it, can we do this?
No, I mean, I feel like I could have done what I had to do really to hold him off, because even whenever I was having bad laps, I could see Aiden wasn't gaining on me, so he must have been having troubles as well. So that was kind of a positive I had in my mind, and I knew I was going to have to get a good start, and he jumped by 3/4 of a mile, and so I didn't really want him going down in the corner with me, but made the best of it. You know, I could kind of tell the caution was about to come out because I heard some chirping going on in the driver chat, so I kind of was expecting it. I was just hoping it'd come out just a little bit, or they would wreck a little bit after I got the white flag.
Yeah, it's always a scary thought when it's been calm for a couple laps and then you're just about to the white flag and then you start hearing them complain on voice. You kind of know something's going to happen, but glad it worked out for you here tonight. Picked up the victory. I mentioned you are the winningest driver in Trackmaster Sim Series history, and you're going to add to that tally here tonight, so congratulations. Who do you have to thank, Brandon, for Trackmaster Sim Series victory?
Yeah, just thank my wife, my mom and dad for watching. The Throckmorton family, I know they're probably watching as well. Shout out to them, driving their paint scheme here tonight. Shout out to Barrios Performance and Fab, Chestnut Hill Restaurant, Coastal Performance, Coleman Design, a team at ECR, WD Broadcasting Network. Shout out to Christian Peterson and the guys that put this league on, and it's always a lot of fun, man. I hope we can get it kind of straightened out, but I know these guys will get it going the right way it needs to go, so I'm not concerned about that. And yeah, just shout out to you for putting this broadcast on.
Alrighty, well, congratulations to you, Brandon, on your win here tonight, and hopefully we can talk to you more next week.
Yeah, I hope so, man.
All right. Congratulations.
Thanks.
That was your winner here this evening, Brandon Elvis. Picked up win number 6 in the Trackmaster Sim Series. Second place finisher, Aiden Millette. Jake Sylvia 3rd. Brandon Atkinson came home 4th. Chris Shepard comes home in the 5th spot. Jace Hale 6th. Landon Farmer 7th. Dominic Frappier 8th. Zach Murphy 9th. Clayton Edwards 10th. Peyton Craig 11th. Mike Fudge 12th. Frank Barbary 13th. Robert Taylor 14th. Thomas Dean 15th. Caleb Thompson 16th. Justin Coleman 17th. Dylan Hartman 18th. Owen Wilson 19th. And Kyle Adams rounds out your field in the 20th spot. So that is going to do it for us here tonight, folks. We'll take one more peek at the schedule before we wrap things up. We've got a 125 lap race next week, and then the week after that, 171 laps where we have the first little bit of tire strategy this season, January 22nd. So thank you guys for watching here tonight, the Trackmaster Sim Series season opener. If you guys liked what you saw and want to see more iRacing content, hit the red subscribe button on the WD Broadcasting Network YouTube channel. We go live 4 times a week now, so if you like the iRacing content, this is your home. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok as well. But I'm your host, Winston Deal, signing it off until Sunday night with Only Short Tracks. Peace out.